Hey everyone, so welcome back to another Inariel Legends Dragon Hunt video. Today I want to talk about a new hero that's coming out tomorrow that we got in the patch notes. So the new hero is going to be Sarah, which you see from the thumbnail. What a lot of people don't know is in this recruitment area, if you were to pull for Grace on your hero that you're pulling for and you pulled her, you open up one of these collection hero events. Now I have Grace, and whenever I pulled Grace, I was able to look at her hero trial, and one thing that was really cool was Sarah was already in the game. So whenever you go to this hero trial right here, this is Sarah. So this is the hero that we're getting tomorrow, so we're able to talk about her kit. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to compare her to some of the other people that she's probably competing for in that spot, because people want to know if you should pull for her or not. So I'll give my opinion on that. Obviously, what I say shouldn't be something that you follow 100%. It's just my opinion. You can, use my opinion as you will on whether you should build her or not. But before we talk about her kit, the thing that you do need to know is she is a warrior hero. And I've mentioned it in my warrior overview that warrior, I think, is the most important class. Right now, the tank slot is a little interesting, although I've already seen some people say that they really enjoy Anthony, which is he's basically a meat shield, but that really works in a lot of scenarios in this game. So tanks could be a little bit underrated, but in my opinion, having a warrior hero, the warrior class is just so important because you deal damage, they have some kind of sustain, they also have, crowd control. They're just doing a lot of things, and as you progress further up the game, it's so important to have enough DPS to get through some of the bigger, tough enemies on floors of Realm of Clouds or Celestial Ring or whatever, that you need to eke out every bit of damage that you can. So with her being a warrior, I think she's already a hero that you need to at least pull one copy of, but I really believe that she's going to be a hero that you're going to want to pull multiple copies of and evolve her up to immortal. That's my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's talk about her kit, and then we'll talk about comparisons to other warriors, and then where she kind of fits in. All right, so her ultimate ability allows her to leap to a target area. So if she's on one side of the field, she can leap within a certain range to another area. I think that's already valuable. I know a lot of people don't manual this game, but you should. I mean, that's part of the positives of this game from other AFKs. You're actually able to manual, and you can progress a lot further when you manual than a lot of people would think. Depending on the power disparity between you and the enemy, sometimes the computer doesn't really target the right person or the biggest threat, so you should do that. But abilities like this that allow you to jump across the map to deal damage or inflict some kind of crowd control on enemies that might be attacking your damage dealers is valuable already. So with that being said, she can leap to a target area, and then she has a dual multiplier, so it's equal to her attack and her armor. This already makes me think that she's going to be a better damage dealer than Guan Yu, because you have dual damage multipliers. And if you take a look here, it can be upgraded to 640% total. So I think this is going to hit pretty good. So your range is like a medium area, and you inflict air kick on the enemies, which is a form of crowd control. And another thing is we don't know what her weapon does. If a lot of people remember, Guan Yu has a really good kit, but his weapon on Fortification 6 takes his abilities to a whole new level. So we also don't know what her, evolution is or anything like that for her weapon. So you do that, and then upon casting her ultimate, it decreases the kinetic energy required for her active ability, which is called Charge Reverse Flash, and it takes it down to 6 stacks. And we'll talk about that in a second. So good ultimate ability, good damage multiplier with the ability to jump across the map and do some CC. So I already like her. So you can upgrade her trait to decrease the kinetic energy required to 4 stacks on her active ability, and it increases damage by 20% and extends the duration to 7 seconds. So this is that Charge Reverse Flash. And it says each time Sarah and her warhorse take damage, she accumulates a stack of kinetic energy. Upon reaching 12 stacks, but we saw that the ultimate takes it down to 6, and if it's upgraded, it takes it down to 4. So very easy for this to activate. She'll ride her warhorse and trample the ground, and then she deals damage equal to, this dual multiplier again with everyone in the area. So she's doing AoE damage with people around her. Very, very cool. And it says right here that her trait effect, normal attacks generate 2 stacks of kinetic energy. So you're able to get this off, fairly often. So it's a solid active ability. So her second active ability is called Dual Alert, where she raises her spear and then channels some energy and draws the attention of nearby enemies, and she taunts all nearby enemies to her for 2 seconds. And then it says she gains 15% armor for 4 seconds. And then casting Battle Trampler immediately resets this skill's cooldown, and Battle Trampler is her ultimate. So you're gaining armor. It can be upgraded to 25%, and you're taunting all enemies. This is really good considering both of her attacks that we've seen so far, other than this, is based off of attack and armor. So if you're getting additional armor increases off of this skill, it's nice. Her trait upgrade is based on the number of enemies taunted. It increases her armor additionally. For every enemy taunted, her armor increases by an extra 4%, up to 20%. So you can get up to 45% when that's upgraded. Again, very good. She's got a passive that increases her crit and damage reduction when it's upgraded, and you can increase her damage reduction to 20% on a Moral 2 and energy regen on hit by 5%. This is very good. And then her passive is for enemies within the range of Charge Reverse Flash, which is this, little stomping on the ground thing. Their normal attacks dealt to Sarah is decreased by 8%. And when it's upgraded, it's decreased to 15%. So anyone within her range is dealing less damage to her, and they're taking that AoE, and she's going to be hitting a decent amount of people because she taunts them. So then her trait upgrade is each time she's hit by a normal attack, it increases the damage bonus and damage reduction. So every time she's hit, whenever this trait is upgraded, she's going to increase her damage by 15% and damage reduction of an additional 15%. So her kit is really, really good. The other thing is it's very similar to Guan Yu's, AoE abilities, crowd control, bring people close to him, all of those things. So without knowing the weapon, it's really hard to understand, but who's better. But people who were involved in the beta who got to play Sarah and Guan Yu said Guan Yu is better. So with that being said, just on the surface, I guess Guan Yu might be better, all things considered. Just a more valuable hero. But I do think Sarah is going to do more damage than Guan Yu. I think she's going to be probably a really good hero to pair alongside Guan Yu because of him being able to pull people close to him with his ability and put up vertigo. And then her being able to, again, kind of just stomp the ground around her. And I think they're just going to do a lot of damage together. And then you're able to hit her ultimate again and air kick people up into the air to give Guan Yu a little more time to heal or recharge his ultimate. So I think it's going to be a real good pairing. You could also pair her with Joan, Joan will heal her back up. She doesn't have any healing in her kit, which is something that Guan Yu definitely has over her. Guan Yu also has death immunity, for a short amount of time, which Sarah doesn't. So I don't know if any of those things are going to be, added onto her kit with her weapon. So for sure, those heroes are probably a little bit better than her. But I still, for me, I think everything that I've seen from her trait, from her evolutions and her kit, it is a hero that I 100% will try and get to Immortal with tomorrow's pool. So I can try and, play test her tomorrow even more once I pull her. Maybe that's tomorrow's video, and then we'll take a look at her weapon. But let's just take a look at her skills right now. So she's going to rush in. This is, one of her first abilities where she's just attacking people. So right there is increasing her armor and taunting people. Now, this is her jumping ability. You see how it's basically the whole map. So if Sarah is over here and someone is getting injured and you want someone to get like air kicked, you can literally go and have her jump across the map and deal damage and flick them up in the air. So here again, there's her kind of her taunting ability. And there's her kind of like stomping on the ground with the AoEs. That's where she's doing some damage there. So, like, I don't know. I think she's going to be a really good hero. So, I'll be pulling for her tomorrow. I don't know if you guys will, but I just wanted to give a brief overview of her kit and what I thought. So, anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.